up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, honey, to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Overall, I don't know. I'm really disappointed. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by. I'm really disappointed in the show overall. I know I said at the beginning of the season that these women were going to start off with an A. All of them. I'm so disappointed that Wendy and Candiace both are up. Like, I don't. No. I'm disappointed that Wendy apologized because her involvement was a reaction. So she did not escalate anything. I hate the fact that she took the words that Robyn was using. What was she saying? Antagonistic, escalate. What did she say she was doing? Baiting. No, she said she was baiting. And then for when Ashley told that lie that Candiace said that Karen was around town with somebody. I thought she said that that's the reason why her and Sharice are not friends. It's because they know they are saying things that what's her name has been around town with Ray. All of the women, that is one of the all of the women. I don't know. Mia and Jacqueline. I don't know what this show is. I'm looking at it and I'm like, at this point, I'm gonna say it. I think at this point, people are only watching because it's a black cast, because the show isn't good. So I think, like, at this point, a lot of the viewership is, how do you say, not sympathy, but just like we're watching it because it's black women. But at this point, it's like, what are you supporting? And I said it myself. I said that on Twitter last night that I watched Love and Hip Hop family reunion, and the themes on that show are more interesting and deeper than what is happening on this show. What is happening on this show, I imagine, might be triggering for a lot of women who grew up and who are probably still in friend groups where none of the women really respect or like each other. Candiace was right. The women aren't loyal to each other, and it really is sad that this is the cast, right? I keep saying it, and I kept saying it, that the women are not friends. I think, the longest friendships on the show are Karen, Giselle, Robyn, and Sharice. And Ashley is not loyal to anyone, but it seems like, like to Giselle. I don't know. It's just I don't know. The dynamics are really poor. This idea that Mia believes that she's owed an apology for something. I was just like, I don't understand this. And I really try to stay away from stupidity in the television programming that I watch. There's always that guilty pleasure. Like, I still watch Love and Hip Hop, even though I don't review it, right? Because I'm not going to analyze it. It's like, for me, it's like guilty pleasure TV. And this is not even pleasurable anymore. Like, I feel like I'm watching the show because it's just black women. Like, I have more fun analyzing the dynamics in New Jersey because that's a family of people. I have more fun analyzing New York. I have more fun because the women, well, until they brought Ebony and Leah. But before that, I had so much fun talking about those women, those old white ladies. You know what I'm saying? And I think at this point, people are just watching the show to support a cast of black women. Because at this point, it's not enjoyable. And I do imagine that women who have been in friend groups where they were ostracized, where they were mistreated or treated unfairly, where they were allowed to and people were allowed to attack them with no repercussion or recourse. Like no one asked Mia to apologize for assaulting Wendy. Like that has not come out of her mouth. And it's funny that they are like literally focused. If we were to use a series of events to in use the use of the alphabet, if we started at A, what they're mad at Wendy about is literally like in the middle. It's like she was saying things about you because she was angry that you had just threw something at her. And the fact that Robyn's like, I don't care. Like, she can be abused. Like, I don't care. And Robyn is so like, like I said this morning, I don't know. I'm surprised that Loser and Robyn were not trending last night. Cause when I saw tweets from people that I don't even follow calling Robyn a fucking pathetic loser, like you're so mad that you can't even function. You can't function. You can't talk. You don't want to talk. And it's really sad when they were on that. First of all, why were they on that paddle boat thing? Like, what is this show? What is this? And that's what I've been saying for years about this show. It's like these women who have postured themselves as this high society, the way that they are acting, like from the first season to this low budget paddleboard trip. Like, girl, where the fuck did you get what? And why? And the fact that they thought that they were going on a yacht tells you where their mind frame is. But you had them on this thing paddling through through a pond or a lake somewhere in Miami. This is what your plans were. And it's just like, is that supposed to be funny? Because it's not funny. These women are supposed to be, I don't know. It's a lot of supposed to be's and not really happening. Um, Candiace getting into it with Jacqueline. Jacqueline, who are you and why are you talking? I know, I guess people thought it was salacious to find out that Jacqueline slept with Mia's boyfriend. They do it on New York all the time. Sonia, Luann, and Ramona, Harry Dubin, and Tom, what's his name? Tom Schenectady. What is his last name? Diamante. What is Tom Diagostini? Something like that. They sharing them. So I don't want anybody. And maybe if you don't watch New York, you probably don't. But those grown ass, old ass white ladies share men. They share men, and was mad because one of them married Luann married Community Dick. Sonia was like, "Girl, what the fuck? Why would you marry him? Okay, we share him, and I'm a little mad because y'all are dating or whatever. But why the fuck would you marry Community Dick, girl? What's wrong with you?" You know what I'm saying? So it's not I mean, like, if that's what they do, however, I don't know how you want to judge that or what position you have to stand in to be like, you slept with your friend's ex-boyfriend. Obviously, he didn't mean shit to neither one of them. So she said, bitch, before I break up with him, try it out. Niggas do it all the time. So however way you want to feel about it, they do it all. Women do it all the time. Men do it all the time. They're having a white party. Mia says to Jackie, she says she didn't want me to do anything. I guess when Karen said, you don't have to do nothing you don't want to do. So she decided not to throw the party. But they got dressed anyway. Um, the entertainment shows up. Jackie thanks everyone for coming. They go outside. Robyn is late. Um, After they do the little fire pyrotechnic, whatever they're doing, um, Mia goes, "That's what's being a friend." I don't. Oh, gosh. Whew, I'm really trying to struggle to get through this. I really don't want to review this show. Y'all seem to like it. I have so many views from this show. Y'all come back and watch the reviews. I'm just like, girl, what is this? And I don't know. Let me try again. Um, their favorite Karen moment was kissing. Um, Robyn said she got the ring from it. And it's like, I don't even want to review the show because it's like, then I have to like talk. I don't know. They said that Ashley, when Karen told Ashley, clink, clink, the bar, don't drop your husband, tell your husband don't drop the soap. That was her favorite moment. Gordon being inappropriate and sticking his tongue out. And then Jackie saying that's the biggest tongue from what I've heard. Karen lies about her conversation with Mia when I guess Candiace asked, like, how did it go or whatever, and she was like, it wasn't a great conversation. It was just the whole thing. Did you guys check on Wendy? Yes, we checked on Wendy. Something about you and your size 14s. They keep getting on the size of Mia's feet. And I think that she came out and said something about them making fun of her big feet or whatever. You know, they're coming after her big feet. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't know about this show. They try to get on Candiace about how critter, hey critter, how Chris is responding to them on Twitter. It's like, it's funny because it's like, you have a lot of nerve to be mad at somebody for responding to you. I'm responding to you. Don't say nothing to me if you don't want me. Don't lie on me. Don't say nothing about me if you don't want me defending myself and saying something in defense of myself towards you. Like, I was like, that's so weird. That's why I'm saying it's like, this is weird. It's like, what do you think? Like, that's the problem that I have. It's like, do you really think that, like, how you guys are moving, is this for entertainment? Like, or do you guys really feel like he can't say nothing to y'all after y'all said something to him? We need to chat. Chris is on Twitter talking about both of you. He's talking about both of you. He has a right to be upset. What was I lying about? She called Giselle's nails the neck, the rolling hills of necks. I don't even know what was happening. I don't even know what was happening. The performer, you act like you're in front of a firing squad. That's what Ashley said. Ashley, I don't like, I don't fuck with Ashley. I don't like Ashley at all. Cherise said it's very disappointing that every time we get together, it's confrontation. And it's so weird that as soon as they sit down at the table, they start going after Candiace. And it's like, what? Doesn't anybody want to talk to Mia about her behavior? Now that Wendy isn't here, maybe we can talk about why you did what you did. Like, why are we talking about what, Chris? I thought we was past that. Like, literally, I literally thought that we were past that. Like, why are we still talking? I thought we've already established that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Giselle. So sorry, you're not going to be able to have a storyline. I feel like Candiace kind of like, it maybe clicked for her. Like, oh, okay, let me not engage. And then they're like, oh, she doesn't want to say anything. And then it's like, and then she says, as soon as I say something, if I cuss y'all the fuck out, then I'm loud and aggressive. But when I move on, then I'm defensive. There's no winning. And then Jackie at the end of the table was like, so now you're just dismissing people. Girl, who are you? What are you talking about? I don't need anybody from Mia's representative. What she say? Bombarded by Mia's representative. You wish you had a representative. What am I watching? Like, girl, what is this show? Girl, this is so stupid. I feel stupid, like, reviewing it. I really do. I really don't feel like there's nothing to analyze because it's so dumb. It's like, it's literally trying to analyze something that is not, like, it's trying to analyze a puzzle that doesn't have all the pieces there. And the pieces are missing intentionally, and people are ignoring the facts, and people are allowed to do things, and it's just like, what is this show? What are y'all trying to do? And when it gets like this, I'm like, I start trying to think, is like, are y'all trying to sabotage the show? Because I'm not the only one where there's a lot of people who have stopped watching Real Housewives of Potomac. They've stopped. I know y'all don't care about the ratings or whatever, but they stopped watching it. I don't, but the engagement is up. So I don't know if there are people that want to, like, to me, I feel like there's no legitimate reason for them to be coming after Candiace about her husband because her husband was defending himself. You said that he made you feel uncomfortable when he didn't say anything or do anything. But not, but you wanted him to maintain a boundary that he wasn't aware of. Girl, where do we like? So how do you analyze that at the end of saying, hey ladies, if you have a boundary, don't expect anyone to keep those boundaries if they don't know what they are. If you have a boundary not to be in a room alone with a man, then make sure you're not in a room alone with a man. And if you find yourself in a room alone with a man, don't say that he made you feel uncomfortable. Say that you didn't respect your own boundary and you allowed this man to come into your space, and now you're trying to put it on him. So how do I look trying to analyze that when it's plain? There's nothing to analyze. And when you sit here and try to figure out, well, how can we make Chris responsible, or why should Chris apologize? And then Wendy, they're still trying to isolate Wendy. They go on their little paddle board. They call Wendy, Mia says, I've said it, I don't know how many times. Wendy said, not Wendy, Mia says, I've said it, I don't know how many times, I don't want her there. And it's like, but you hit her. But it's almost like, it's so weird because it's like, y'all, she's mad because Wendy said something about her husband after. So what? I'm still, it's like too soon. And Wendy is the one that was hit or attacked, and she was the one that was moved away from the group, when in real life the person who is the aggressor is the one that's removed from the group. That's what happens in real life. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we watching here, and what are we trying to talk about? Like, nowhere do we go and then the person who was attacked is moved off to the side and literally ostracized, and then nobody is talking to the person who attacked the person who was ostracized. So that makes me think that everybody was okay with it. And then that's what makes you a hypocrite, because you had security and everything. You're very comfortable. You're sitting right next to her. You're pulling her chair closer to you. But before, a person who acted in this way was told that you're a liability. I don't want you around me because you have crushed the aesthetic or whatever you had, the dreams that you have for this crew. You've created, but then it's like, this person does this thing. And because if you want to say that Monique was being provoked, you can't tell you can't tell a person what to black out about. But if that's what it was, then fine. But Wendy didn't do anything. Wendy was literally sitting at the table, and just, the girl came back and started on her. So, and then she cusses you out, right? I know how that feels. I know how it feels to be attacked, and then you cuss the person out, and then people be like, don't cuss because you're around your grandma. What are you talking about? I was just attacked. So I know how that feels. But what I did, like, this was family. And I'm like, and I'm looking at Wendy like, there's no opportunity greater than your peace of mind and not being in, like, literally you're in a hostile work environment and you don't necessarily need this job. Like, and it's like, to me, I feel like Candiace, I don't know why Candiace is still there. Her career is doing what it needs to do. Her acting career is doing what it needs to do. I'm not sure why she's still using this platform where it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like she's happy. And the fact that it's really, I think there's another level of sickness that the women still are calling each other friends. Like for Candiace to say that Robyn is a friend. You were my friend. And then for Candiace to be like, you weren't included in the disloyal bitches. But Karen should be included because you told Karen in response to what was happening between you and Monique, you told Karen to go burn in hell because she was trying to stay neutral. And you told her to go burn in hell. And then she proceeded to call HR. And she's not disloyal. And then Wendy coming about at the table saying she apologizes for escalate. What? You apologize for escalating it. I was like, I don't even know what, like, are y'all for real? Like, is this what, I don't understand it. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I got about 9 more minutes with this because this is ridiculous. Who are you? What is your name? I'm drained of the foolishness. These women can lick the blackest part of my ass. 2 hours later, Candiace is on IG Live saying none of these hoes are real. Fuck these hoes from the bottom of my heart. And then Robyn plays it back to Giselle, and it's like, she said all of us. She said all of us. But this was after you started acting weird with her because she wanted to include Wendy. And never mind. And it was before that you were like, I couldn't believe that Robyn, the asshole, was calling Candiace an asshole. I was like, girl, no, you're the asshole. And I'm not sure what Robyn is trying to do for this season. Like, I don't know, like, it's unbecoming. I don't even think she cares. She just seems like just like, those women that just don't have, like, why are you, like, I don't know. I think it's inappropriate. I think it's so disgusting to tell somebody that you were shitting. Like, I don't know. I just, stuff like that. I just feel like there's people like that who don't have boundaries and don't understand, like, we're not that close to be talking to me about your bowel movement. Like, that's weird. And she's like, I'm sitting on the toilet and I scroll through, and if it's on IG Live, that means that anybody had access to see it. So you acting like you're busting her out when she made a statement on a public platform. And I'm glad she said, like the old African proverb said, I said what I said. Shout out to Nene Leakes. I said what the fuck I said. What are you talking about? I'm not changing it, but I'm not happy with Candiace that Candiace acted like, Karen, like, girl, you're disloyal too. All of you are disloyal. Ashley is inviting, Ashley, did y'all notice that Ashley had on those great value Mugler leggings that Candiace had on at her performances? Like, what is going on with this show? You got the single white female, right? The white trash biracial girl on the other side of the tracks whose mom wants to make sure she has a little bit of culture and gets her in these pageants, comes across this dark skinned country club going, membership having black girl who is better than her. And I see that it looks like single white female. It really does. The next day you come with the blazer on, this blazer looking like you got a billboard, like one of those paddle boards that the people wear to let everybody know tax season is coming on the corner. That's what you look like. You got what is a sandwich board? Is that what they call them? And then the next time you come with these leggings that we've seen Candiace wear in her performances at her shows. So what's really going on with Ashley? Ashley, did you notice Ashley was recording Robyn and Candiace when they got into it in the car later, right? Ashley was talking to old Weasel Eyes Sheila on the phone, talking about Michael. Nobody cares. Charisse goes and talks to Candiace. Candiace says, this is supposed to be fun. I want you to be happy in this group. That's what Charisse says. Um, Candiace thinks that Ashley is faking the divorce. It's a scam. Why are we buying property? What's the next lie gonna be? She calls Wendy in the hotel. Um, what did they tell Wendy? Oh, to see if they're going out on the paddle boards or whatever. Robyn doesn't want to be on the boat with an asshole, and she's referring to Candiace. Girl, you're the only asshole on the boat. You and or who else was on the boat? Because I'm trying to figure out who the other asshole was. Karen. Jacqueline says Mia needs apologies. She needs apologies. I was like, what the fuck is happening? This is weird. It's weird. It is so weird. Um, how was last night? Um, and then they showed them like that's how you know the party was a bust, because they didn't even show them like they're probably like, hey guys, try to have a little fun and jump in the pool and stuff so that we can get some shots of you guys trying to have fun. Okay, so make sure. And they're like, whoa, like, you guys don't even like each other. Why are you in some water faking like you're having fun? And I was, baby, when I tell you I was looking, I scanned that scene for Candiace. Candiace has better not be out there. So I guess that's when she was upstairs doing her IG live. I was like, girl, what is going on out here? Oh, woo, we were having fun diving in the water. I was like, girl, and they didn't even show that. They had to show it as a clip because y'all weren't really having fun because y'all don't like each other. The recording of Candiace, the whole table needs to know this. What the fuck does Ashley have on? That's what I wrote. Didn't Candiace have that on at a show? Mia and Jacqueline fucked at Mia's ex. Ashley ends up inviting Wendy after Mia told her no. Mia calls Ashley a little brat. And what are you, Mia? A bully? Because that's what it looks like. Girl, I'm sorry, but the red lipstick looks like a horse's ass. It does. It does. I'm sorry. The red lipstick is not giving. It really looks like those wax lips that you wear, where it looks like. That's what her lips look like. Those red wax lips. Y'all remember those red wax lip people used to get at the little prank stores? That's what Mia's lips look like. A baboon's whole asshole. That's what it looked like. Mm-hmm. Um, what are you gonna do? You gonna defend your friend? This is when they're sitting at the table. Y'all know where we are. Are you gonna defend your friend? I don't need to defend her. What did she say? She was like, you just sit there, bitch. She said, I'm sitting, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Like, girl, I don't know what this, I don't even know what this is. This is so dumb. And you know what's crazy is that these women are all over 30 years old on their way to 40. And it goes to show you, and that's what I said last night. Are we watching a case study on how women who peaked in college behave in their golden years? Like, what the fuck, Giselle? She's like 52 years old. Like, bitch, that shows you that her emotional intelligence hasn't changed since college because she acts like that. But then did you notice her at the table? No emotion. And I'm so glad that when Candiace started crying, that she snapped back and said, do you have a problem with it? Yes, I'm crying. Do you have a problem with it? And she's sitting up there, not nothing. Candiace told them, you're a lot, you're shady, what'd she say? You're shady and disloyal. Robyn said, I want to let everybody know this is it. Oh, that's when Wendy said, oh, did you hear when Giselle said, if anyone going in the water, it ain't me? So that was a reference to Mia pouring water on Wendy. So now it's funny and you can make a joke about it. See, that's the problem that I have. It's just like, girl, what? And it's like, your daughters. Like, I would like, I think if I saw my mom like that and like, girl, like, oh, you whack, like, girl, your ass is whack. That's how you treat your home girls. That's like how you treat the women you work with. Like, you whack as hell for that. Wendy says, I take accountability. I apologize for my role in aiding and escalating the evening. I wouldn't have apologized to them. Nothing would have ever come out of my mouth that looked like an apology or anything like that. That would have never come out. Nothing. To quote the ancient African proverb, I said what I said. Your attempt to shame me, show me you. In your attempt to shame me, you showed me who you are. But it's like, did they show you? Like, how many times do they have to show you, Candiace? Is that what you need to work on in therapy? How many times does a person have to show you before you actually, because Karen then showed you and you sat at the table and said that she wasn't included in the disloyal people. I said, what? Candiace, are you fucking kidding me right now? Candiace and Wendy. That's what I'm saying. Like, are y'all doing this for the show? It's like, are y'all really doing this? Because I'm actually like, I'm done with the show. Like, I'm done with the show. Like, I'm gonna still review it, but like, it's like I'm done with the show because I'm trying to figure out, like, why would Wendy come back to the table? Did your producer tell you to apologize? Why would you say Karen wasn't disloyal? I was like, why, are you saying this? Or what are you guys doing here? Is this all like, I know this is like entertainment. Well, it's not entertainment for me. It's not entertaining at all. But it's like, why did you come back into this space and apologize? And then nobody said, okay, Mia. She didn't, what? And then the fact is that Mia did all of that, not like she did that before somebody said anything about her husband. Your behavior, your violent behavior was because you were protecting Peter. You were defending Peter. I don't know. Ashley and Giselle, you're disloyal and shady. Ashley says, well, I mean, I didn't want to tell you this. So Ashley thought, like, since you want to say that I'm disloyal and shady, I'm about to show you that I'm disloyal and shady. And then that's when Candiace goes, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all are disloyal and shady. And she gets upset and she goes off and she calls Chris, and Chris tells her they shit in your face every time and you there with your mouth open waiting for the shit to drop down their ass into your fucking throat. That's what it's giving. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is happening on this show? I'm sorry, but that's what it is. It's like you just waiting for them to shit in your face and swallow it. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it's coming to. I'm like, why the fuck is Wendy apologizing? Girl, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And they shit in your face every time. It's like, do you like the shit in your face? Like, what are you doing? Why are you playing this role in the dynamic? Why are y'all playing the girls who get beat up and then come back and apologize? Girl, what? When did we start doing that? That's what I'm saying. It must be like a childhood, elementary, junior high school, middle school thing that may have happened to where you're in a friend group and they mistreat you in the friend group, and then you come back and apologize for the mistreatment. To me, those are signs of people who are abused. It is like, you're the one that's abused, and then you come back and apologize. Those are signals of people who have been abused. You know, the person at work who's apologizing for everything. I'm sorry, and then they're sorry for saying they're sorry about it. That person has been abused in some way. They're always apologizing when they didn't even do anything wrong. That person has been abused in some way, shape, or form. They're apologizing for something that they didn't even do, and or apologizing after they've been attacked. Those are signs of somebody who has been abused. And I'm like, to me, I feel like, Candiace, what are you still doing on the show? Your career is good. Wendy, you don't even need to be on this show. You really don't. You were accomplished before. I don't know. And at this point, I'm thinking like, okay, then to me, I feel like maybe this is something that y'all you're agreeing to participate in. You know, I'm right along with Robyn, and it actually helps their case too. Like, even though they don't really particularly care about each other, because Giselle is always outing Juan about something, you know, not being on the house or something like that. And Robyn has no problem with that. Mia has no problem with these women questioning her cancer, no cancer. And I don't know, it's just a lot of weirdness. Karen gets upset at Candiace, like so upset, but then she comes back and says, I've done so much for the women on this show. Like, who do you think you are? Like, there's a lot of people on this show that just, I don't understand what's happening. I don't get the dynamic. I don't know why Karen thinks that she's the matriarch of the show, where her neutrality is violent to me. It doesn't help. Her neutrality does not help. Her coming around and saying that Wendy was disrespectful to Mia, it's like, but nobody is talking about the violence. Like, I don't understand. Everybody's talking about the response, and it's just like, what are you doing? And then she comes back and apologizes, and then Mia says nothing. I'm like, what is, I don't even know. I don't know what's happening here. Well, I gotta go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Yeah, that's when Robyn and Candiace were going back and forth. They said they had a lot of fun. They went out to the club. Giselle left. They went out to the club. They got drunk. Everybody was, being friendly with each other. And then when they get back in the car, Candiace is like, you went against me. You're not loyal. And then Ashley is recording the whole thing as they're arguing. She was upset. They had called Mia at that time, and Mia you could hear the conversation. They're like, why is Candiace talking to Robyn like that? Like it's like, why is she talking to Robyn like that? And I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what to say, but the emotion of anger, or like, I don't know what's going on, because I feel like Wendy and Candiace are participating in it, for them to come back and apologize. And literally both of these women are the only two women on this show who have been physically attacked, and both of them are apologizing, and then also not owning up to, like, maybe Candiace forgot that Karen called HR on her, like tried to make her lose her job because she told that bitch to burn in hell, because you were supposed to be cool with me, and you trying to be neutral when violence was enacted upon me is wild as hell. So I don't know why you would say I wasn't talking about you, Karen. Like, all you bitches at this table are disloyal, and it's true. And the truth is, you should ask yourself, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? I think it's high time for people. Maybe the lesson in this show is that it's high time for people to abandon relationships that don't serve them, where there's constant disharmony in the relationship, consistent disharmony. Nobody is one band, one sound. It sounds horrible. It's not clicking. It's bad TV. Robyn sitting on that paddle boat talking about she doesn't want to talk about what's going on with her because she's around people that don't like her. You mean you don't like Wendy and Candiace? But this was before Candiace, before you heard Candiace. Was this before you heard Candiace say, oh, that's what Candiace said, you were smiling in my face all day? All that kind of stuff. It's like weird. And then I think about it. It's like, okay, here comes the next season. I got to go work with these women. And it's like, and fake like we're friends and have this hostile work environment the whole time. I'm like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And then, like, nobody is held responsible. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's very weird to me. Like I said, maybe the lesson in this show is that you should abandon relationships that are constantly not in harmony or disharmonious. That's what it sounds like to me. Anyways, take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments.